The Outdoor Show. It's the program that puts you into the peaceful and beautiful home of Mother Nature. It moves you back to that calm fishing pond up north, one step away from Lake Michigan, or into your hunting blind on a brisk fall morning. The Outdoor Show. It's a peaceful program. This is not your mother's outdoor show. This is the WHTC Outdoor Show, hosted by a guy who literally has hunting in his name. Tom Meddendorp is Dutch for Village in the Maiden, or King's Hunting Ground. Your co-host, sometimes, is Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery. It's time for what really happens when the guys go up north on that hunting trip. It's time for the WHTC Outdoor Show, presented by My Firearms ETS. That's MI Firearms ETS on 1450 WHTC, Holland's news leader.
Good morning and welcome to the Outdoor Show. I'm Tom Meddendorp. My sometimes co-host, Captain Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery, is here.
Is always here.
But not really here. Because we're recorded this morning. And we're here with Bob Coles from MOA Gunsmithing.
I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad you're here because I want to know all about the Ruger Precision Rifle.
Yeah, that's a sweet rifle.
You know, I didn't hear much about it before you called me up and said Bob was going to be here and we're going to talk about it. And I did some research on it. We'll talk more about that later on.
Yeah.
But I didn't know in the long distance world that was a huge fad people are going to.
Oh, yeah.
And that they're dropping $5,000 to $10,000 into a rifle to make it that way when Ruger kind of just produced it at a $1,100 retail.
It's extremely affordable.
Yeah, for
very
what it is.
Very adjustable for the user. It's like almost like your AR modular platform.
Yeah.
And it's packed with features and options. And when I talked to Tom about it too, and I did a little looking up on it, I'll tell you what, when I found out that it was chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, I really got excited.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I want to know more about the 6.5 Creedmoor as well as the 308 and the 243.
That's right. Yep.
But before we get started on all that, I gotta voice my frustration with driving in West Michigan.
Now, if you could see him right now, you would know it's not frustration, it's anger.
Yeah,
it's anger.
Right. That's right. That blood vein on your forehead,
it's
that was
pulsating.
popping. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was there.
I've been getting so frustrated when I drive down the road and I see people, they complain that I don't wave at them.
Yeah.
But I'm paying attention to my driving. I'm not paying attention to each person in each car so I can see who's going past me right now. Mm-hmm. Now, if you hang out the window and wave, I got you. I'll wave back. But
duly noted.
Yeah,
I'll remember this.
The thing I get frustrated about is four-way stops.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow flashing arrows. People are sitting there texting on their little smartphones and stuff, and they're not paying attention to what's going on.
You know, they can't be that smart because if they were that smart of phones,
they'd tell you to stop.
It would electrocute you if the engine was running.
That's an app. You should
that
invent that app.
We just made millions.
There's an app for that.
That's right.
Imagine the parents.
Yeah. Plug your phone in your cigarette lighter.
It's called the Zap app.
Yep. Lights you up.
It's the Zap app.
I'm all for it.
We named it and everything. It's ours. You can't have it.
I've already got the phone
patent
call.
pending.
That's right.
Yep. I've filed the paperwork.
Yeah.
And I can tell you how this works because I have a patent.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time. Lots of time.
Somebody's going to make a couple $1 million off the outdoor show of their ideas today.
They're going to use the Zap app. Just tell us you're going to give us royalties, please.
That's right.
Yes.
So, anyway.
80% of all sales will be fine. Yes.
So, when you're calling right now, because I'm sure the phones are flashing and people want to know,
about the Zap app.
Let's talk about the Zap app.
You can't call us right now because it's recorded. We're really not here. But I just had the frustration driving around in this area. Mm-hmm. People are sitting on a phone. There's a yellow flashing arrow. There's no oncoming traffic. And the car in front of you just sits there. And it's because they're texting people and they don't even realize that they have a yellow flashing arrow, that they should keep the traffic moving because it's a turn lane that gets stacked up for a half a mile.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they're finished up on their pizza order.
Well, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. And, and people just got to keep their head about them, not even just the four-ways and whatnot. 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks because we're recorded, somebody was passing me And I was in the right
Sideswiped you.
lane, and wham, they were passing me and hit me.
And you were lucky you had your arm in the window.
No, I didn't. That's why I got these shoulder problems, is because my arm was out the window.
No, you were on the ledge. I thought you said usually you leave your hand.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, usually I dangle my hand down. And I just
he likes
had
to
my
play with the
elbow up
wind.
there.
You know, you see those guys, it looks like
I do these little wave things as I go, you know. Who needs a cell phone when I'm that distracted?
Those are the guys I wave back at because he's hanging out the window trying to get his hand to catch the wind properly like an airplane wing.
Well, and they were passing me, and I really don't believe that she was on a cell phone or anything. I think it was just a complete accident, but always take the time. And then I look at it this way, too. What if I was a motorcyclist?
Oh, right.
I'd have been down.
Oh, yeah.
In a blind spot.
And luckily, I just blew out the tendons in my shoulder, which is my shooting shoulder.
Oh.
Have you ever tried to shoot a gun with three blown out tendons across your top?
I have.
Don't. Don't do it. Yeah. But, hey, just,
Please, people, stop texting and drive. You're not driving a phone booth.
Yeah.
Hang it up. Hang it up and drive. You're not driving a phone booth. It's just frustrating.
I can believe that.
So I want to move somewhere where there's not so many cars.
Now, you were saying, did you find someplace that was a little nicer driving?
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh.
People are polite unless they have out-of-state plates.
Oh, yeah. Especially those Illinois plates.
When the Illinois comes up, whoa, look
Game
out.
over.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I go to Wisconsin a lot, and I go through Chicago. Chicago, you put the blinker on, it blinks 3 times, move over.
Oh, yeah.
If you're driving a little car, I don't suggest that.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, not a good move.
Ford, even in their new vehicles, have made the Chicago blinker. You hit the thing up a little bit and it goes blink, 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 and then it shuts off.
No way.
Yeah, right in their windows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not it's a merging blinker. What that means is I'm coming, get out of the way. That's Chicago driving right there at its finest.
Oh, yeah. You better pay attention to the lights on a semi-truck.
Yeah.
Because if they put that blinker on, they're moving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Wisconsin's not that way, huh? Everybody's polite?
They're so polite. They took out the 4-way stops and they
They're
put
so
the roundabouts.
polite, every cop pulls me over to talk to me.
Just want to get to know you.
Right.
Your ID.
Well, they took the 4-way stops out and they put the roundabouts in.
Do you like roundabouts?
I get a little anxious as I come into them because I don't know what the other
track.
I did too. I thought you're supposed to Tokyo drift
I'm
every
waiting
one
for
of
the
those.
checkered flag just sitting there, half a tank of gas later.
You bet. You half a tank of gas later. You got that big 3/4 ton Dodge just spinning donuts. I got it.
It's kind of funny, but it's just frustrating when people they don't pay attention to what they're doing while they're driving.
Yep.
And then I was also thinking about another thing. Somebody sent me a Facebook this morning.
Wasn't that something?
Somebody went on Facebook and then had Facebook calculate who their evil twin was.
Yeah,
That somebody happens to be Captain Tim Becker.
Oh.
I saw that and I thought, hey, this will be fun. So I did. It said, "Who's your evil twin?" Okay, you got me.
So he answered the questions.
And guess whose name popped up as my evil twin, who has all the same interest and likes the same activities and then must spend time together or get tagged and post and whatnot.
Oh.
But the evil twin is evil.
It's very evil.
Oh.
It's me.
So Tom was my evil twin.
Wow.
I thought, well, I guess we're right there.
And it comes over with a picture of Tim holding his daughter.
Yep.
That's his Facebook picture. And my Facebook picture is me and my son putting stuff into the fishing boat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I see that and I go, no, that's just too weird.
I get a text just shortly after that. What? Really?
And it was 12 minutes.
Yep.
12 minutes after you posted, because it said 12 minutes on there. I'm like, ooh, he's up and posting.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I've been ripping on you about not waking up until, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
You're pretty old. So that was before 7 a.m., I think, and you were up and rolling.
Well, yeah, it took me 12 minutes to get to it because I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I picked up my phone to call somebody or do something.
He was in Wisconsin.
Driving roundabouts.
I can't answer right now.
Right. On my 7th lap.
Waiting for the checkered flag.
We're on lap 400. We only got 100 more. Yeah, so you're my evil twin.
That just cracks me up because we're on the show together, the host and co-host.
Wow.
And
crazy.
then
Now, Bob, do you think that means he's young or I'm old?
I'm going to not answer that one.
You're offending somebody one way or another.
Well, see, that comes full circle because I was thinking about how much you harassed me about horse and buggy days.
Yes.
Just because I'm older than
Yes.
you.
Oh.
Not because I'm old.
You're old.
And you remember those days? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh.
He
I
still
don't.
got all
He
those
does.
hookups and
yeah.
whatnot.
Right.
He helps remind me about those days.
Okay.
But I don't remember those days because I wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think Bob might have me.
Isn't that a horseshoe hammer hanging off your hands
I think so, yeah.
I'm not a farrier either. But that's what I was thinking about when I was coming here, and I was frustrated with the traffic and how people were driving. I wasn't in a hurry or anything. It's just, can't you keep things flowing by being, respectful of others and, and pay attention to the signals and drive
And
sanely?
traffic, it just, I went to Illinois last week. Well, it'd be a couple weeks ago now, but for Guiding Asian Cart.
Yep.
And I was heading south, so I'm heading down I was on I-80, and I'm heading south to head down towards Peoria where I shoot.
Yeah.
There was a 20-minute backup on the northbound traffic. Luckily, I wasn't in it.
You were headed south.
I was heading south, but it was backed up for miles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it was? Merging.
Really?
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
We could go
Merging.
on and on about that. 50% of Chicago's traffic problems
Merging.
could be cured by people just staying in their lanes and flowing instead of saying, oh, that's a faster lane. No, not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible because it was to a dead stop, and where the merging lane came in, it was 60 miles an hour after that.
Oh, I believe that. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, we'll be back here shortly with Bob and MOA Gunsmithing and the Ruger Precision Rifle. But we need to let you know that if you've got some grass to mow, you got to go see Westenbrook Mower. Westenbrook Mower, where they service what they sell. All their units are ready to use when you leave the store, and Westenbrook even submits your warranty information so you don't have to. Stop into the Holland or the Genesis store, check them out on your computer at westenbrookmower.com, or call them at 616-396-5733. Lines are not open. We're pre-recorded this morning, but we'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Earth Solutions at 616-566-0390. Call Earth Solutions for extreme brush hog service, to stump grinding, to grading and driveway excavation with crushed concrete or asphalt. Matt will also cut and clear your shooting lanes for this season. Give my buddy Matt a call at 616-566-0390. We're back, ready to talk with you. Give us a call, 395. Oh, don't give us a call. We're recorded. What am I saying? That's what happens.
Call.
Yeah, call
Oh,
Caitlin.
you can. Yeah, call Caitlin and bother her.
She can answer questions.
You bet. What about
Call the
this?
powder horn.
What about
Call
this?
the powder horn.
Call Al down at the powder horn again this week.
Yeah, that's 796-0755.
Nice.
Wow. look
What's
at
the
that.
address?
127 North River. That's just on the north side of the bridge, on the east or right hand side of the road if you're headed north. It's right there by the swamp.
And if you're heading south?
If you're heading south, it's on the left hand, but still on the east hand side.
And it's kind of tricky to turn into if you're
And it's
headed
before the
south.
bridge
Yeah, oh yeah.
instead of after the bridge.
Before.
It's before the bridge if you're headed south
Correct.
instead of after the bridge when you're headed north.
Look for all the construction.
Do you
Yes.
think we got people clear on how to get there, or do you think we confuse them?
Oh, they are so confused right now. They're going to be sitting in the middle of that bridge saying, what?
Yeah, please, when you're sitting in the middle of the bridge, don't get on your cell phone and call
Yes,
796-0755
Yes.
and say, how do I get
Yeah,
there?
and don't think there's a roundabout there. Don't just start doing circles.
It's big enough road.
Oh, yeah?
It is. It is.
Anyway,
I
little
want to
bit.
know about this precision rifle.
Yeah. A little bit more about the Ruger Precision
Yeah.
Rifle. Comes
Yep.
in 3 calibers.
It does. It comes in 308 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, and 243 Winchester. I just did a little looking on it, and these things are built and geared for competition shooting. And if you want to get into the 1,000-yard competition or even 1,000-yard shooting, generally you're going to drop several grand to have one of these guns built.
Yeah.
If you went to someone and said, I need this built and I want to shoot 243 Winchester, well, I don't know what twists I'm going to have on it. And Ruger has put together a modular AR-type platform that is a tack driver. And for a modest, probably $1,100 to $1,200 for what you're getting is a real deal, because adjustable stock for cheek weld,
I thought it
offset.
was the pictures. I just
Yeah.
I took the picture out of the magazine and hung it on the wall.
Yeah, it's a nice.
It's a hint.
Pictures of the kids down and the guns up.
It's a hint to my kids. Yeah. Christmas is coming.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I after I knew we were going to talk about this, I did some research on it, and I had said to Al down at the store, who does a lot of that research, I said, "Yeah, what do you know about it?" And he says, "It's great.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. He's done so much research on it."
Yep.
And one thing I'll say right now, because there's probably tons of people right now Googling, seeing what this gun looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Get one.
Don't interrupt your live listening on your computer, though, because we're still here.
Right.
But get down to Powderhorn and get an order in, because they are hard guns to get right now. They actually came out, according to my dealers that I go through, last week is when their production runs.
So when this airs, we're talking 3 weeks, okay,
or a month ago.
Yeah, it'd be 3 weeks because we're only 2 weeks out on airing this show.
So and they received huge shipments in when they first came out. Wholesale gets sent to real
you're
quick.
going to order 4 of each caliber and then have them on the shelf ready to go. Isn't that what you're going to do?
You're dropping that check off today, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but if I could, I would, because these things are going to go like hotcakes. From what I can tell,
I got you covered, Tim. Get them on the shelf.
Boom.
But I get the profits.
Okay, I sold them for $10 above cost.
Yeah.
Okay,
that would really not be good. I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, but
you used your retirement for what? No.
Yeah. But all in all, the price point on these guns are excellent.
Oh yeah,
excellent. Yep. And from what I've read on them and look at them, they're a huntable weapon as well.
Oh yeah,
very huntable.
Yep.
Well, what got me hooked on doing more, looking at it, and wanting Bob to come in and talk about it and go over the different calibers and what all the ins and outs of what I would want to order. Okay, got me hooked on it was in the NRA's Rifleman magazine.
Yep.
There was an article, and I read that article. What they had done, what Ruger had done, is they built the rifle. Then they had all the outdoor writers. They invited them, and they went out to, I don't remember what the range was. It was a big range which had all different distances, everything else. And I mean, it's like sporting clays with rifles. You go moving around from range to range for distances and stuff, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But they had done the shooting, and then they gave their reviews on the gun itself.
Yep.
And it was just phenomenal how they reviewed it, and just they were drooling over it.
Yeah. Because
it was the price point was there for the common guy, but the gun was the ultimate.
There's so many little perks in this rifle that a company is finally starting to put a little bit of the custom niches into a production rifle, like a 20 MOA rail. Right off the get-go, that's on there. That's already getting you set up for the 1,000 yard. I mean, your elevation is already built into the rail. That's a little perk. An adjustable marksman trigger that will go from 2.5 to 5 pounds.
I'll tell you what. We got a longer segment coming up. I hope everybody sticks with us so that they can hear about all these different things. But we have to take a break because we have sponsors.
Yes.
And last week they had the food plot field day from the Farmers Co-op, and the Farmers Co-op's one of our sponsors.
Oh.
So we're going to be back here shortly. But the Farmers Co-op elevator in Hudsonville is your food plot headquarters, with over 40 different seed varieties to choose from, providing in-house soil testing as well as fertilizers, lime, and equipment to plant, maintain, and get maximum performance out of your food plot. Visit the Farmers Co-op at 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville. For a complete list of products and services, check them out online at fcelevator.com. Remember, we're pre-recorded, so don't bother calling us this week. You can definitely call us next week. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to The Outdoor Show, brought to you by Powderhorn Guns and Archery. For all your arrow-knocking, gun-cocking, fish-hooking, flag-waving, stand-up and sing, God bless America hunting and fishing needs. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We're back, ready to answer your questions right here on The Outdoor Show. Are you waiting for the music to end so you can whistle? You just can't get that right when we're recording, can you?
Nope.
Everybody wants to hear that airy whistle you got.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Give it to us. Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Can't do it on command. I might just bust it out later on, but
Bust it out later on. Anyhow, I'm sorry for having to cut you off a little bit ago,
no problem.
Bob, but we have to do those sponsors. We got to make sure we keep them happy.
That's right.
Which reminds me, even though we recorded, I still have my Biggby coffee, Uncle Tom's favorite.
Yeah, but hot cocoa?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, he's the hot cocoa guy.
Yes.
I've been thinking about it. He got Uncle Tom's favorite. I should just tell him all my little recipes for coffee and then what I do with hot cocoa too, to make it bearable for grown-ups. They can't see your face, Tim. You have to express yourself verbally.
Not on the air.
But I should just give them all my little recipes and then make it the exclusive, line of Uncle Tom's hot and cold beverages.
There you go.
They like turning a profit, though. You put Tom's name in it.
Oh, come on now.
You should ask him how many of your coffees have sold.
How many of my Uncle Tom's?
Yeah, about one a week for sure.
Actually, it surprises them when people that I know go in and say, I want an Uncle Tom's favorite. They go, but you're not Uncle Tom.
Yeah. No, that's been patting along with the Zap app.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the Zap app.
The Zap app.
Anyway, we started out with the intentions of talking about the Ruger precision rifle. So let's get back to the precision rifle. Little recap is that it's at the common man's price tag.
Oh, yeah.
For the long range, spend a lot more gun.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you're getting perks that you'd normally spend on a custom build.
Yeah. Review the perks, starting with the custom rail for the...
Yeah, some of the perks that the factory's putting on these things, as you get it, it's got a 20 MOA Picatinny rail on it, so it's already setting your elevation for the 1,000-yard shots. You're gaining some elevation right off the get-go on your rail. The rail itself is secured with 840 screws. Now, that might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but usually they're number 6 screws that fasten a rail down, and usually the heavy hard hitters will enlarge the screw hole to number 8. Gives you more clamping strength, and they're doing this right off the get-go.
Is that on there? Is that a 40 threads per inch?
Yes.
The 840?
But it's a number 8 screw.
With 40 threads
40 threads per inch.
Which commonly a number 4 has 40 threads per inch because it's so small. It needs that in order to hold it. Your common screws.
Don't try to run to a hardware store to get gunsmithing threaded screws.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you'll find a number 8, but it'll be 832.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a much coarser thread, but then you need a deeper hole that you're threading into to get that same grip as you do from the 840.
Right. Generally, they run 648s.
Okay.
Most of the stuff you get for your mounts, 648s. They bumped it up to 8s, which is great. I mean, it's just added strength.
It's a more solid foundation.
You can torque them down heavier, and they're going to hold solid.
Nice.
They've also put their Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger in it that is user adjustable.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
From 2 1/4 to 5 pounds. And guess where the tool is to adjust the trigger?
In the stock?
It's in the back of the bolt. When you pull it out...
In the back? Oh, in the back of the bolt?
There's a piece back there that you can take it out, and there's some tools in there.
No.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. I watched the YouTube video because it was like, where is that thing? And the guy racked the bolt back, and he showed right on the back side. And there's a cavity. So that's where the bolt disassembly tool is, which is kind of nice. And 4140 chrome moly steel hammer forged barrel, already pre-threaded and capped with a 5/8 by 24 threaded barrel for all the suppressors out there.
Suppressors.
Yes, because that's getting to be a hot deal. Suppressors.
Oh, yeah. When are you going to start dealing?
I can't disclose any confidential information until I talk to my attorney.
It's quite a feat to go through the paperwork on the suppressors, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't just go to Walmart and buy a suppressor and screw down there and go.
One day, if we get the right legislation.
True. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, Tim, what do you think of that adjustable trigger? Because you've done a lot of competition shooting with lightened up triggers. Your dad lightened up all those triggers.
You said it goes down to 2 1/4?
Yes.
That's plenty good for 99.9% shooters. It's crisp. It's easy. It's nice.
You got one that was less than that you had me play with at the shop.
Oh yeah, we got them that go down to 2 ounce.
2 ounces, is that what?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, because I could just touch the thing and it was.
See, and the fact of the matter is,
Yes.
2 and a quarter for the majority of shooters
That's going to feel very
is a
light.
hair trigger.
Yeah.
It feels like you blow on it, and away you go. A lot of your like Remingtons come stock at what, 4.5,
Yeah, yep.
5,
4 heavier.
yeah, and
I think my younger brother's .6 was a 2.5 pound.
yeah, and that's a great trigger. See, a lot
Okay.
of what do they claim? A good hunting trigger is 3.5.
Generally 2.5 to 3 pounds for hunting application.
Yep.
You have a gloved hand.
Yep.
You're huffing and puffing.
So you can feel what's happening.
Right.
You know, like Timney, when I put a Timney into a hunting gun or something
Yep.
like that, I get them down to 1.5 pounds.
Oh, really?
But I wouldn't want to just give that to anybody to say,
Right.
go ahead and shoot that, because that gun will go off before they're ready, because you don't feel the trigger very well. But now when you start shooting 2 ounce triggers or
Yeah.
8 ounce triggers, a 2.5 pound trigger feels like you're trying to lift an anvil.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
So it's all memory, muscle memory.
Right.
But as far as that comes, that's one of the nicest triggers I've heard of from a factory stock gun.
Right.
I mean, that's just unbelievable. I think from what you're saying, they've got it all together.
Oh yeah.
And
There's-
pretty much what it is it's a AR platform that's bolt action, correct?
yes. Yep.
You got
I'm
the
excited.
best of all worlds. Now,
I'm
is
excited for that first one that comes into the store.
Yeah.
Because that one's mine.
Well, see.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he's writing
$1,900
the check
it'll be
right now.
Tom's. Yep. No, but
He's going to charge me double so he can have a second one sitting there.
now are your accessories interchangeable with that for ARs?
Well, not as far as the lower receiver goes. That's
But your outside accessories, because of the Timney and stuff like that, but you can also put the AR.
Can you put other stocks on it? and
Yeah,
everything?
collapsible stock and stuff.
No,
can't you?
this stock. Did you notice that the stock hinges to the
No, I didn't
left
even see
and
it.
collapses?
No
So
kidding.
if you're behind the rifle, the hinge would be on your left-hand side, and that stock will fold up right against the receiver for being compact for carrying it around.
Yeah.
And then you can fold it back out, snap it into place. Adjustable cheek weld on it.
Yeah, that's nice.
adjustable camber for that, and adjustable buttstock for how you want to position it on your shoulder. All that is in the package.
That's awesome.
I don't know that I would want to go without my butt stock for shooting a 308 or a 6.5.
No. What he's
Creedmoor.
saying for transporting. For
No,
if
I
you're
know.
hiking a mountain or something.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor or a 308 without having the stock up against my shoulder.
Have you ever
No.
tried to shoot a 243 without against your shoulder? Add that one to it. You don't
think
want any
so?
of them without it.
Oh, I thought the 243 would be a little easier, but I never
You still
thought
got
about
recoil behind those.
Oh, yeah.
it. Anyhow, what does interchange on this gun?
Interchange with a regular AR platform.
I guess you really wouldn't want to.
But
This
what's
gun's already
There's
what
not
you
a
want.
lot you could do. I think that the
What
lower
about
receiver
forearms or anything?
forearm might be. I mean, it's already got a free floated forearm
Yeah.
on there. So I don't know.
So it's a total package.
You
No,
would
it
want
is.
to tacticalize the forearm. It's got Picatinny rails on there. It's got Weaver accessory rails on it. It has about everything you could think.
So it's got the Picatinny rails on it, so you could use the bipods to clamp
On the
the
bottom.
side.
Yep. There's
Yeah,
one on
that's
the bottom.
nice.
Yep.
That's a lot stabler than going to a
Yeah.
You have to get a
Swivel stud.
bipod separate. That doesn't come with a bipod.
right.
No.
Yep.
So you have to get the bipod separate.
Yep. And you'd have to decide of your chambering, your caliber.
No, you don't.
Do you want a 30?
buy them all.
Do you want a 6.5 or do you want a 6 millimeter?
No, you don't buy them
So
all. He
just-
says.
And you could. That would be the best way to go.
Because we're saying decide on what caliber you want it chambered in.
Right.
What are our differences with 243, 308, and 6.5 Creedmoor? What's our advantages and disadvantages of each, and what's our availability of that each type of ammo? I mean, readily on the shelf.
I would think the 6.5 Creedmoor is going to be the most difficult to find.
Yep. You might have
Okay.
to special order that.
Yeah.
Some of your big box office stores might have it. I don't carry it at like Powderhorn. I don't carry a whole lot of ammunition, but I don't carry that because of
There's
the
not that
lack
many
of
guys with it.
shooters.
Yeah.
Right?
It's-
There's
what's
not
that?
that many people out there with that caliber, are there?
There's a lot of people out there that want that caliber. I think that will be one of the top selling.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Creedmoor? That's a very, very
and
nice.
a 6.5 bullet is awesome with ballistic coefficients, wind drift. I've just got a few little stats here on them.
No, that's a 6.5 millimeter,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
264 diameter, .264.
0.264. Okay, so what's the weight of that 6.5 Creedmoor?
Generally on those, You mean the weight of the rifle?
No, the bullet.
The bullet
they
itself.
are shooting 140 grain AMAXs.
Really?
This is some 1,000-yard stats that I just kind of dug up.
Okay.
And just to run through them, the 6.5 Creedmoor shooting 140 grain AMAX at 1,000 yards is still pushing 1,425 feet per second.
When you get out to 1,000?
Yeah, and it's only dropping 316 inches at 1,000.
No.
Now wait till you hear some of these other numbers.
Okay.
Now let's go to the 308. That's shooting a little heavier bullet, 175 grain Sierra, still at 1,000 yards. I can only find energy on that, but it's pushing 600 foot-pounds of energy. But that bullet is dropping 392 inches out to 1,000 yards.
So 73 inches
Yep.
more?
Yep. Now, the
Wow.
crazy one, let's drop down to a 6mm and a 243.
Okay.
Shooting 107 grain Sierra. It's a little bit lighter bullet at 1,000, 510 pounds of energy, but that bullet only drops 293 inches.
So
So that's the flattest shooter of all of them.
Yes.
See, and I would have thought that 6.5 would have been.
So we're talking, what, 26
But there's a
inches
lot more.
less
I couldn't
than
find the
Creedmoor.
energy, but the 6.5 delivers a lot more energy
Yeah.
at 1,000.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they've
does that
noticed.
6.5 deliver more energy than that 308?
Yes.
Oh, really?
And they've known this in Europe for years.
Yeah.
Like 6.5, 55s.
6.5, 55, the
Swedes.
Swedes. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll
That's
tell you what.
that's a gun. And you're shooting more of the 115, 130s out of that, aren't you?
Right. Yep.
See, and I thought when we were talking about bullet weight, you would be saying 130 out of that 6.5.
No, this is the 140 on the Creedmoor.
Yeah.
Is what Ruger is recommending for that twist.
Yeah.
Because the 6.5 is a 1 to 8 twist.
Okay.
We're getting these velocities, and we're getting this stuff out of a 24-inch barrel on the Creedmoor. The 243 Winchester is a 1 and 7.7 twist, a little faster,
Yeah, made for
26 inches long, more length, more powder, build some velocity.
Yep.
And the 308 is a 1 in 10, but that's a 20-inch barrel. I
That's
don't
a
know why
20-inch
they
barrel?
didn't put a 26-inch barrel on the 308,
Or on all of
but
them.
that's just what they're doing. 308's a 20-inch barrel. The 6.5 Creedmoor is a 24-inch barrel, and the 243 Winchester is a 26-inch barrel. That's
Do you have any stats on weight of those firearms?
Yeah, the 308. This is without optics or accessories. 9.7 pounds.
Nice.
The 6.5 Creedmoor, 10.6 pounds, and the 243 is 11 pounds.
All right, so I'm going to retract my statement about hiking mountains with them.
So the 308
Yeah.
actually is the lightest gun of the three,
Yes,
See, but that weight that's behind them
but it
is
has the
adding-
most drop of all three
and it has the shortest barrel.
and the shortest barrel. So the 308 might be a good option when you want to go hunting.
No. That 308's a good option for everything.
They're all three
Yeah.
good
Now, the
calibers and
308,
cartridges.
isn't that interchangeable with a 7.62 by 51?
No.
No.
That's-
You're talking NATO.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we're talking 308 commercial.
Yep. You
Okay.
use 308.
I thought those were interchangeable. I'm just curious.
I think there's throat
Is it the
variations on that.
7.62 by 51 that you can put the 308s in the M1?
If
M1A1?
generally, if you have the military chambering, which has a longer throat, you can use commercial rounds in that.
Okay, so
But
that's
I
what
would-
it is, then
I'd check
it's-
the specs before.
Okay,
Go ahead
well,
and
my
start.
brother-in-law's got the M1A1, and I thought that was a 7.62 by 51, but he could put 308s in it.
As long as the throat's good in the neck.
Okay.
I don't think the chamber dimensions are critical when you go from military and put commercial rounds in, but don't go the other way.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It's like a 223. You
getting a
don't use
223 and trying to put
5.56.
5.56 in it. You get a
I get a lot-
5.56, you can put the
yeah.
223 in.
I get
Right.
quite a few
Okay.
firearms each year that come to the shop that have 5.56 stuck in the 223.
Yep.
No,
Well, I'll
the
tell
other
you-
way around, yeah.
I'll tell you, we got to talk more on this in a little bit, but we have to take our break.
Okay.
And it's still summertime. It's still warm out, but I know people are going to be calling soon. And when your boat's ready to get taken care of for the winter, or you got to do things like that, you got to talk to Advantage Marine in Zeeland with competitive prices and personalized service to meet all your needs: repair, storage, winterizing, parts, and more. Start thinking about it now. Don't wait until the last minute to find somebody to take care of your winterizing or your storage. Call Advantage Marine in Zeeland at 616-748-9235 or stop in and see Dave at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. That's at the corner of 88th and Riley on the northeast side of Zeeland. Lines are not open because we're recorded this week. We'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by MI Firearms ETS, educating people in the safe and responsible use of firearms since 2001. MI Firearms ETS offers education, training, and supply, the best you can find anywhere. Classes are offered regularly. We have another concealed carry next week, August 29th. If you haven't signed up yet, get her done. Class sizes are limited. Register early to reserve your spot, 616-218-7328, or you can find us on your computer at mifirearmsets.com. We're back, ready to talk with you. Give us a call, 395-1450. And while we're talking about the Ruger Precision Rifle, I got to tell you, September 19th, we are having a long-range rifle class. Next week, okay, so this is the 22nd that we're talking to you recorded, but live, we're going to have Mel and Jason in here. And Jason is a Marine Scout sniper. Jason Wright, Precision Tactics. He's joining us to put on a rifle class September 19th. Out to 500 yards we're shooting, and he's teaching you how to use your gun to make the shot. So you don't have to go buying anything special. Of course, you want to get that Ruger, because I'm getting mine.
Better get the order in now.
Yeah.
My order's in.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, it is, too. Yeah, he put the order in.
I want one.
Did you see any cash? I usually charge 50% down on that.
Why, it's 100%. He just doesn't know I got his checkbook.
Oh, okay,
yet.
okay.
But no, I want to specify.
He sees cash from me all the time.
Oh, yeah. I want to, go back over something I said before when I said you were telling the weight of those guns, which, let's do that again. 243 weighs 9.7?
243 weighs 11 pounds.
That
was the heaviest one.
Yeah.
Yes, and the 308 is 9.7.
Yep.
And the 6.5 Creedmoor is 10.6.
And when I made mention earlier about, maybe you don't want to, hike the mountains with that, don't let that discourage you, because that is perfect weight for target shooting. I mean, you want weight to it. And guys like me that understand it, I'd hike that up and down mountains every day.
It's a stable platform.
Yeah, you're just
I'm
as
liking
good
the
as they go.
9.7 pounds.
Well, this is the beauty of it. If you are hiking and you have one of those backpacks where you can stow your rifle and all your stuff,
Strap it right
remember
on.
that this buttstock collapses.
Yep.
It's not like an AR-15 telescopic.
Yeah.
It's more of it swings and hinges right against the receiver.
Yep.
So it is really compact. Stuff it in your backpack, strap it in, and go.
Yeah.
I'm old school, so I still have a frame on my backpack. And
Do you have an Alice pack? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
But I actually have a mount for my rifle strapped to with
See, and
Velcro
what
to
his
hold
mount
it in
is
place.
ratchet straps, and it goes around his scope, just so you know.
Nice. That's how he knows it's his rifle, because that scope's all dinged up.
Dinged up and
Now
crushed.
stop it.
Tim, I can't see through these optics.
Well, here's the other thing. You're talking about optics.
Yeah.
With this Ruger, what's our best optics? Is it a Leatherwood?
Leatherwood would do the job for sure. They just came out with their new Pentalux.
I'm just saying.
A 5 to 20 by 50.
I'm just saying, because I know this guy.
Yeah.
He's a Leatherwood dealer.
He's a Leatherwood fanatic. Yeah. Yep.
It's Bob Cole's MOA Gunsmithing.
If you need Leatherwood optics, come see me. I'll get you set up in the right direction. And
So, can you set me up for the right scope on that Ruger Precision?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yep.
mine's coming in
Yep.
to the store.
I would recommend that 5 to 20 Pentalux. It's got an awesome glass etched reticle on here. It's illuminated, 30 millimeter tube. It's got all the bells and whistles on it.
Now, let me ask you something. On this gun, do we got to get a riser?
No.
No.
No. I would think you just get the appropriate
Rings.
You
probably need a high
And
ring.
I would suggest getting 30 millimeter optics, because you're going to want to click some windage and elevation on your scope. If you're going out to 1,000, you want room for clicks.
Okay.
Now,
Well, September 19th, we're going out to 500.
Yes.
And that's just because we're limited on ranges around here. Otherwise, we got to go up to MTC in
Oh, okay.
Lake City.
Yeah.
Both of us checked that one out, but we didn't like the membership price.
Yeah. Once it got closer to the deadline for a sign-up date, it's like, okay.
Well, if it was closer to home,
Yes.
it may have been worth it.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-hour trip every time.
Yeah. Hate
get
to
there.
load everything, drive that far, and find out the range is full.
Yeah. That would be a bugger.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but anyhow, we have the 500 yard range over at South Kent.
Okay.
That's where we're putting on the class, and it's going to be classroom, shoot, classroom, shoot, classroom, shoot. Coming back out there to do this stuff, and we're going to work our way out to the 500 using all those different should I say, tactics that Jason's going to teach us.
Oh, nice.
Jason being Marine Scout Sniper, he was 12 years as a Marine Scout Sniper. Spent a lot of time shooting.
And regardless, he doesn't care what you bring. You could bring your hunting rifle, you could bring your tactical rifle, or you could bring your medium weight bench rifle.
Yep, and we're going to talk to him about that next week. Exactly what do we want to take? What do we want to do? How do we want to do it? We're going to be talking about that on the air live.
So if I drug my 63-pound 300 Weatherby Magnum out there, he'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and that weighs just about as much as you.
Yeah. It's a bugger dragging that out there.
Oh,
but there's no recoil.
No, there isn't. No. A 300 Weatherby that feels like a 22 long rifle.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think it would be really cool to be able to get these things, but I know it's going to be hard. So you got to get the orders.
Yeah, if you want them.
Can you put a rush on that?
I'll definitely give it a whirl. No, but if you want them, come on down and put a deposit on it or something, understanding that it could take a while, but it could be up to 2 years if you just try to walk in and get one. Any store.
Yeah,
I mean, these are the hottest
leading
things.
edge of the
so what happens is...
You mean 2 years before you just see them on the shelf?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is something that you're going to want to jump on. This is one of the best things I've seen come out in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And what it is
and what's the manufacturer's name again?
Ruger.
Whose favorite gun, Timmy?
Well, that's Tommy's favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, my wife stole my red label, so...
You better replace it with this then.
That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Every time we go trap shooting, you got my shotgun, she says.
Yep.
Excuse me?
Last time I went trap shooting with him, he gave me the Judge.
Oh.
A 410 pistol. But then he gave me the good guns. I didn't hit him anyways. I'm like, just give me the pistol back.
It was fun.
Nice.
Oh, that was a good time. But no, seriously, get in here, put a deposit on them, because what happens is
That's at 127 North River?
Yep.
796-0755?
Yep. And come on down, get a deposit in on them, because I will order X amount.
Right.
Whatever my suppliers will let me. Now, I got multiple suppliers. I'll order them all through there.
Mm-hmm.
And as they come in, it's all in order of what you order. So if somebody ordered 200 of them before I can, those get filled first.
Right.
So most stores, including your Cabela's and your Gander Mountains and stuff like that, you're not going to see them in for quite a while. And when you do, there'll be 10 guns there and they'll be gone in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
they're going to put in an order for 2,000 guns and put them across the nation.
Yeah.
So you're going to see 10 of them there. And when people find out they're there,
honest,
they're going to call their buddies and say, they got them!
Yep.
And they're all going to rush down there and get them.
Right.
But, and it's like the Remington Senderos right now, too. You cannot find that gun.
Wow.
Nobody has them. I've had them on order for, 6-8 months now. Cannot get them.
Yep.
But these ones, being a new run, you're going to see them quicker, but you better get in and get the order
Right.
on.
I don't think there's a production rifle out there that'll perform and do what this thing is doing.
What it's built to do, yeah.
At this cost.
Yeah.
That you can get into the long-range game.
See, and I love those Remington Senderos, and shame on me for having to say it because I'm a Remington fan. They're more money, and they don't have the options.
Tell you what, at least it starts with an R.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Anyway, Bob, thank you for coming in and clarifying
it.
things and getting things straightened around, because I am really excited about this Ruger Precision Rifle.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited that you came in and talked with us about it, and I hope that everybody going to let us know if they have questions next week when we're back live. And again, we're going to have Jason Wright, Marine Scout Sniper, here, and he's going to be telling us about what we're going to learn on September 19th is the date.
What chamber are you going to order?
I'm getting the 308.
Oh, I thought I had him talked into the Creedmoor.
You want me to get the 6.5 so you can use it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get that one.
Okay, good.
Thank you for listening and participating in this week's show. We'll talk to you next week right here on The Outdoor Show.